my word, what else have I not done? Right. Ah, everybody's panicking. What are we doing? Right. It's 30 seconds. It's Tabata Tuesday. Of course it is. Unless, of course, it's Wednesday when you're watching this. It might be Tabata Wednesday, but it doesn't quite work. You should be doing it on Tuesday, otherwise it doesn't count. 20 seconds work followed by 10 seconds rest. 2 exercises. Exercise 1 for 20 seconds, 10 seconds rest. Exercise 2 for 20 seconds, 10 seconds rest. And we keep that going for 4 minutes. The first exercise is kettlebell swings. I want you using the kettlebell that you would normally do swings for, okay? 3, 2, 1, and we are away. So this exercise, for most of us now on live, is becoming a staple, okay? We're thinking about it. We're at a point now where we're fine-tuning. I want you to think about driving those toes hard into the ground, okay? I don't want these feet rocking back and forward. The feet are glued. Imagine someone's came along and cemented them. Simple. Put these kettlebells down safely. Your next exercise is 180-degree mountain climbers. Your hands, just like a normal mountain climber, cemented, and all we're doing is working. Go, go, go. You all remember a protractor at school, okay? Or if you've ever done map reading, a protractor, 180 degrees. Imagine that's what we're doing. As we're doing these, the hands don't move. Make sure you're trying to keep the same distance away from your hands so you don't end up too close. You're trying to keep those knees, relax. You're trying to keep those knees nice and close to the ground. A problem with that one is we end up getting too high. Kettlebell swings, stand by. Go. So, squeeze the butt as hard as you can when you smash those hips forward. Making sure you feel that distinct hip snap. Hip snap, you feel it if you do it properly. Now we grip these kettlebells like we mean business, because we do. Okay, make sure you not get a nice relaxed flimsy grip. Set yourself up, nice straight posture like a full press up position. Go. So as I'm doing this, at the 180-degree angle, I keep myself in that full press up posture. So like I say, the mistake people make with this is they end up coming too close and they end up looking like me now. Exaggerated a bit, yes, but that's not what we want. We want this to flow, and you'll feel those obliques and everything firing into this. You've got enough time to stand up and pick your kettlebell up with good form. Chest proud, shoulder blades pulled together, go. So the movement comes from the hips going back and the hips snapping forwards. There is no lift of the arms, okay? Zero lift. It's all in the hips. Smashing forward and bringing this kettlebell up. Relax. To eye level, okay? If it's not quite getting to eye level, smash those hips forward faster and harder and more powerfully. Stand by, mountain climbers. So remember, as you go, work that full 180, but try to keep that same posture throughout. Keep the chest proud, full range. Get these knees all the way up to the chest. You should feel the core working, and you'll most definitely feel the upper body working, okay? Triceps and shoulders holding you there. Set yourself up, stand by, kettlebell swings. 3, 2, go. I'll say it again, crush it. Drive the toes into the ground. You should feel the whole foot jammed, cemented into the floor. Hips back, snap them forward. Snap them forward. Good. And you can hear my breathing. Stand by, 180 degrees. Let's get these done. We're straight into a heart raiser. Straight into it tonight, we're not messing about. 3, 2, 1, go. Start off from the regular mountain climber. Now you can go as fast or as slow as you want with the angles. I'm somewhere in between. I'm trying to focus on keeping that core working hard while rotating. Okay, if you go fast, you don't feel the core working, check your form. Tough wee exercise, that one. Catch your breath. Are we done? Are we done? Oh, yes, we are. That was quick. That was quick. That's round 1 done. Catch your breath. Get yourself a wee sip of water, everyone. Put your kettlebells off to the side. This is a kettlebell free round, okay? This is a wee leg burner and a wee core burner. A bit of everything in it tonight, okay? Catch your breath now. Same format, stand by. So in 30 seconds, we'll go straight into circuit number 2. 5 circuits tonight, as always, okay? And tonight's finisher is a new exercise, which we talked about last time we done Tabata Tuesday. And you've all been practicing, because of course you have. Right, next up, we've got the broad jump. Bunny hop, okay? Make sure you're staying in that low squat position. And then flutter kicks, okay? Stand by. So I'm squatting down, and then I'm snapping those hips and landing soft. Think kettlebell swing here. I'm squatting, and then I'm snapping my hips. And it's that powerful snap of the hips that's going to drive you forward. Snap, okay? It's very easy just to do a kind of flimsy jump forward, okay? You want to feel those hips smashing forwards. So we're lying flat on our back, it's flutter kicks here. Stand by. So with our flutter kicks, feet 6 inches up and go. It's such a short range of movement, okay? It's pretty much the length of your foot, so you should be going heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, while trying to keep them 6 inches off the ground. That's going to work the core hard. Focus on your breathing. Keep your legs straight and try to keep the movement from in here, in at the hips. Try to avoid bending the knee and doing that little strange flutter from the knee. Broad jump, bunny hops. Stand by, go. Big snap forwards. Feel those glutes. Feel those glutes. Snap and smash you through the air. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you're in your living room or up in your loft, you should be landing on this floor with minimal noise. Okay, we're absorbing the impact. We should not be landing like that, okay? Nice and light, absorb the impact through your legs. Stand by, flutter kicks. Go. So focus, straight legs. Don't let the knee bend, okay? How I'm showing you now is how not to do them. I see people do these quite often. Basically just flicking the toes. Keep the legs going. Work the legs from here. Feel that core working hard. Good, and if you want, you can lift that upper back off. You can lift that upper back off the ground, just like I was doing, and that'll add it to the intensity a little bit. Okay, I'll make it a little bit harder. Stand by, go. Land soft, or as soft as you're able to. How do we land soft? Land into a squat, okay? Don't just land dead, land into a squat. Slow it down. Oh dear, what am I doing? Messing it all up. Good job no one was watching. Right, flutter kicks, okay? For those after a bit more of a challenge, instead of lying flat, lift yourself up a wee bit, look. See how my upper back's off the ground? That'll make the core tense harder. And you'll feel it, you'll feel those flutter kicks go up a notch. But it's only 5 seconds left. So work hard. Remember, it's all in here. Relax. Good. Right, final round if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong, every chance I always am. 3 seconds. Go. So we're squatting down. Oh no, done it again. Ignore me, no one watch me. I'm doing 2 different exercises. Make sure, the biggest hypocrite, but make sure you're doing your bunny hops, okay? And you're not just doing broad jumps back and forward. Last exercise. But everybody was so busy working there that no one even noticed. But I'm sure someone will. So, if you can, lift that body off the ground. Feel the intensity creep up with the strain on your core. And we're nearly there. Okay, 3 seconds and we're done. Excellent. Right, catch your breath, everybody. Good work. Right, so your next exercises is for Turkish get up, okay? But because it's circuit number 3, I've always told you before, it's a good exercise to do as a warm-up with a lighter weight, but it's also a fantastic exercise to do with a heavier weight because, pardon me, it's going to fix a lot of your problems and it's going to teach you a lot of explosive power and trying to keep your body stable and in the right position while you move through these different ranges of movement. So please don't just pick a light weight and make it easy for yourself. The hardest part is getting off the floor, and that's where we need to be explosive, okay? How do we be explosive? Speed, punch, think explosively, okay? If you're lying there going, it's not gonna happen. Short, controlled, aggressive, explosive sit-ups, okay? Let me show you. I'm gonna show you without my kettlebell fast. So, hands up. We've all done these before, okay? This is a quick refresher. The right arm's getting used, so therefore, my right leg is also up. This arm is out, ready to punch. And then what am I doing? Keeping this shoulder stable. I'm punching up, okay? And then I'm pushing that hand into the ground. You hear the voice, you hear the power. That's what it's about. It doesn't work if you just try and go, okay? That's why you can't get up. Punch up, okay? Use the arm. Punch that hand in. Bridge up high. Bring that foot through. Get yourself in the lunge position and then stand up, okay? And then it's the opposite. I go back down. Find the hand, kick through, sit, drop the elbow, sit down. Do not go from here and just go, whoomph, okay? Because you're going to hurt yourself and you're missing out on a key part of working the core and teaching your self-control. Stand by, everybody, okay? You've got 30 seconds if you want to practice quickly without a kettlebell, okay? But it should be nothing new to you. We should know these exercises by now, okay? And we should be getting better. I know that if I'm not doing something very well, and I know I'm going to be doing it, I'll practice it. Now, I'm going for a heavier kettlebell than normal because I'm warm, I'm good to go. I want to challenge myself here. So you can go fast, use it for a bit of cardio, or you can go heavy, okay? But you need to learn the technique by using a heavy one. Stand by. Punch up. Do not try to be fast. If you're watching me, I'm trying to go slower to break down the transitions in case anybody is watching. But we're staying on one arm. Remember, eyes on the kettlebell, always. That's all I'm ever looking at, really. The kettlebell. Why? Okay, I'm trying to keep my eye on the kettlebell at all times to keep my balance. Crush it. Don't cock the wrist back. Stand by. Punch up. Punch the hand. Bridge up. Through. Straighten up. Get the stability. Get the balance before you transition into the next part. Now, I've been doing these a wee while, okay? For me, I don't really have to think too much about what I'm doing. I just have to concentrate on the key parts, okay? Balance, power, and trying to get the technique right. Change arms. Stand by. Go. Punch. Through. Up. So be quiet now. If you try to go fast when you don't know the movement pattern well, you're going to look like a tube, okay? You're going to hurt yourself and you're going to lose balance. You're always keeping that arm locked out fully. Stand by. Always keep this arm locked out fully. Punch, punch, up and through into the lunge position, straighten up. Drive up, back, I find the floor. I kick through onto the elbow and then I'm down. So you can see there's a lot of movement patterns that we combine together here. Change arms again. I've got my microphone, God, where's my microphone, God? So, keep that arm locked out, keep the grip of the kettlebell tight. And for those of you with any sort of weakness in the core, weakness in the shoulder girdle, it's a great exercise for also highlighting it, but fixing it at the same time. Given that, you do them properly. Now, probably too late to mention it, but if you've got big thick trainers on, they're going to be getting stuck underneath you. Better to do it in your bare feet or nice thin-soled trainers. So it's a great one for developing shoulder strength. Okay, let's go. And for those of you with poor overhead mobility, as in everything's all tight and weak, It's a good way to actively improve it. My microphone is coming out my sleeve. Right, you've got one more side to go. What's happened here? Right. Keep working hard, everybody. It's tough. It's meant to be tough. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, my kettlebell, it's too heavy. I can't get up off the ground. That's why I'll say you need something a wee bit lighter. But also, with a bit of practice, you'll get up. Trust me. And this is one of those exercises where you'll outgrow your kettlebell very quickly. Okay? Relax, that is us done. So, as you can hear and as you can see, use a heavier weight than normal, and that becomes a very challenging exercise indeed. Okay, but as always, like I keep saying, use a lighter weight to learn the movement patterns, get the little things right, and once it starts to feel like it's flowing without you thinking too much, then go heavier, because then, like I say, when I'm doing that, I'm not thinking too much about the movement pattern. I'm thinking more about power, punch, all the little bits of technique that I know in my head I need to do. And you'll learn that for yourself, okay? It's not that I need to stand here and tell you where to be powerful. You'll know where to be powerful when you practice this with a heavier weight, because quite simply, if you're not, you won't move, you'll just go, ugh. Stand by, we're moving on. Circuit number 4, put your kettlebells to the side. New exercise alert tonight, okay? So, let's go for it. Circuit number 4. We're doing inchworm mountain climbers, simple. We walk out, 1, 2, 3, 4, plant the feet shoulder width apart, and then walk back in. Your second exercise is a burpee horizontal squat. Okay, I didn't just make that one up. 1. Make sure you're really driving with that squat. Stand by. 5 seconds. Some of you need bigger screens. Okay. Stand by. Inchworm. Mountain climbers. I walk out. Solid position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plant the feet. Shoulder width apart and stand up. Walk out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're going to have to bring your feet together for the mountain climbers. But make sure you jump them back out again. Right, your horizontal squat. Think about it as a squat. Forget the fact that you're horizontal. Okay, it's a burpee. Stand by. A burpee out. A drive down and a drive up. And then a stand up with a big jump. I want you to think of a squat, because what a lot of people are going to do is this. See the problem there? I've not bent the knee. Make sure you're bending the knee and propelling up. I'll show you again. Bend the knee, this is how we should look. Drive through and up. Okay, it's a squat. Think about a squat. Get in the full press up position, inchworm. 1, 2, 3, 4, feet out. Walk in, stand up tall, squeeze the butt. Walk out, separate the two movements. Okay, it's an inchworm, but at the bottom, 4 mountain climbers. Okay, separate the two movements. Show you again. Okay, I'm out. I squat and I drive the legs to get back up, okay? Stand by, go. I'm out. I squat down, I drive up, jump up. I'm out. I squat down, I drive up. Just make sure you're bending the knees, okay? It's as simple as that. Bend the knees. And again, separate it, don't blend it. And that'll get the legs burning. Okay, this is a burner, it's meant to be. Stand by, inchworm. Mountain climbers, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, feet out. Walk in, and then stand up tall. Straight into the next rep. Keep going, keep working. And another one. I'm out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my word. Bend the knees. Okay, just pretend you're vertical, but you're horizontal. Okay, so I'm out. I squat down, I drive, and then I do my burpee again. Okay, don't blend them. Separate them. It's a squat. feet shoulder width apart. One more rep always. Make sure you're squeezing the core and don't let those hips sag. Stand by. It is a burner. Okay, last two. Let's go. I'll walk out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand by and then I go up. Squeeze the butt. I'll walk out. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of time on the arms here, but we like that. If you're struggling, something good will come. It has to. Right, okay. Last ones. I didn't think these were going to be that bad. Okay, how wrong was I? Maybe it's just me. Go. Squat, in, and jump. You should feel those quads firing up big time. If you're not, it's probably because you're not bending the knee. Bend the knee, drive, up. Okay, fall down. Tonight's finisher is basically another circuit. Okay, so we worked last time on our high pulls, and then I taught you briefly how to do the snatch, and then I told you to go practice it in your own time and realize that it's going to be a mess, that you're going to bruise your forearms, and that it's going to be pretty uncomfortable. But practice it little and often, and it'll get better, okay?
Activity completed.
I can't show you the technique for this because it's all out, flat out, explosive power. If you try and slow it down, you can't even see the technique, okay? But what we'll do is try to show you as best I can. So if you've got a watch on, take it off or roll it back. If you've got sweatbands, if you're into them, it might be a good idea to actually wear them when you do this. It might soften the blow. So remember, okay, with these, it's a kettlebell swing at heart. Give yourself the advantage of having your feet either side of your kettlebell. More power. You're in your center of gravity there as opposed to here. So I'm stood. I get my overhand grip. What does this position look similar to? Okay, my back's braced, it's nice and tight. I'm not lifting it soft, okay, and I'm not bending my knees down. Big killer, that one. Okay, you're going to lose so much power because when I bend the knees, I'm shortening out my hamstrings, I'm shortening out my glutes. They're pretty much doing hee-haw now, and it's all into the quads. Not any much power in the quads compared to these big, powerful muscle groups. So it should feel like, when you're about to pick that up, like you're at the back of a kettlebell swing, you should feel that stretch, that catapult pulled back, ready to snap forwards. That's what you're trying to achieve at the bottom of this. Good solid grip. Don't have a flimsy grip. My chest is up, shins 90 degrees. That way you know that you've not squatted it. If your knees are forward, you know you've squatted it. We don't want to be. Then I'm driving my feet into the ground and I'm snapping the hips just like I would on a kettlebell swing. But the difference is, rather than swinging it forward, I'm going to rip this thing up. I'm not trying to rip it up to here. I'm trying to rip it up into the atmosphere, okay? If you think explosive, you think powerful, and you act accordingly, you'll get more power, you'll get more strength into the lift. If you hesitate, if you're slow, it'll look like this. If you do it properly, punch it up, release back to the floor. Drive the feet, snap the hips. Okay, I want you to forget everything else. You're driving the feet, you're snapping the hips. It's a kettlebell swing, but you're ripping this thing up in one swift movement. Beginners, you're going to look more like this. Okay, kettlebell might be a wee bit too heavy, or you're just being hesitant. Okay, to return it back to the ground, make sure you're returning it the same way you would do a kettlebell swing back. Make sure you're not just going like this. See that tug of the shoulder getting ripped out? That's a no-no, you're going to hurt yourself. Okay, stand by, let's get a bit of practice on. This is where I would tell you, use your light kettlebell. Do not be a hero, okay? You will hurt yourself on this exercise if your kettlebell's too heavy. No doubt about it, okay? But I'll remind you now, practice, please. I want you to practice on live and recorded while I'm talking. Start to get a feel for it because we're going into a circuit here, okay? I'm going to show you a few more. So, chest up, proud. I'm driving the feet and I'm snapping the hips and I'm ripping this thing up. That's about as slow motion as I can give you there, okay? But I can't slow it down. But remember, we were doing those high pulls. High pulls, remember them? Snapping the hips. All it is a high pull, but punch. As soon as you start pulling, punch it at the same time. So it's a pull followed by a punch. Now what's going to happen, beginners, okay, you're going to end up doing this. You might get it up, boom, and then it'll hit your forearm. Okay, and all that's happening there is you're just gripping it too tight. But rest assured, bruised forearms, it's going to hurt. Okay, you're going to make that mistake. You cannot expect to learn such an explosive, complicated movement pattern and do it perfectly straight away. You're going to find that these little things are going to happen. Stand by. We're going to do 20 seconds on my left arm, followed by 20 seconds on your right arm. I will say it one more time. Do not pick a kettlebell that's too heavy. If you are repeatedly doing this, you're going to hurt yourself, okay? Make sure you're getting up explosively. Think kettlebell swing. Think drive the feet, snap the hips. The power to get that up is here, okay? It's coming from here to get it here. There's no upper body involved. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then back down. Same arm all the time, okay? Drive it up and punch the sky. Rip it up and punch. Sorry for shouting, I'm getting too excited. Drive the feet, snap the hips and punch the sky. You must punch. If you don't punch, you'll end up getting this happening. And that's when we'll get the bang. Change arms. Remember, we shouldn't be getting tugged down. We're keeping it tight. Think kettlebell swing, everyone. Think kettlebell swing. Stand by. Punch. Down, chest up. Drive the feet, snap the hips. Drive the feet, snap the hips forwards. And then rip. Pull it up high and punch the sky. Now, if you've got a nice light kettlebell, good. Just like anything, I'll tell you, you'll get the movement pattern right first. But the only way you'll learn how to do this properly is to use a kettlebell that you couldn't possibly just go like that with. Okay, stand by. If this is your first time ever seeing or doing these, go light, take your time. The reason I've left it as a finisher is to make sure no one's rushing against this clock here, okay? Drive the feet, snap the hips. So the arm is merely, that arm is merely a guide from the power created here. I'll show you a few from the side if you're watching. Stand by. Chest up, proud. Feel the tension. Drive the feet, snap the hips and punch. What'll happen, everybody, as you get better, with a bit of practice, you'll start to get a bit of finesse, okay? And you'll be able to get your timing right so that that kettlebell doesn't even hit your forearm. It's almost like your arm just glides up and catches it, okay? Keep working, but make sure you're being sensible here. If it feels wrong, slow it down. I'm just moving around, trying to show you from different positions. But as you'll notice, look at the hips. That's all I'm concerned with. Chest up, back nice and straight and tight. Snap the hips, hips back. It's a kettlebell swing, but it's a very explosive kettlebell swing. We must learn to keep this nice and tight, but we should be, because we've been building up to it long enough. Don't be put off by this, okay? Like I say, I remember when I first started doing these, it was bruised forearms galore. Now we don't want to be damaging ourselves, of course not. But all I'm saying is, don't expect such a complicated movement pattern to be perfect, okay? It's down to you to be sensible, everyone. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Let's go. Then, once things start to feel like you've got that movement pattern about right, you only learn the power and technique required when it's heavy. That doesn't mean to say go pick one up that's ridiculous. It means go pick one up that you couldn't just go like this, okay? Stand by. Pretty sure this is the last one. And then down. So all the time, I'm keeping this chest proud. I'm never letting this kettlebell pull me. Just like a kettlebell swing, I'll work with it. So don't forget, You learn the movement on a light kettlebell and then start when it feels like, yep, you know what, I've got this. I kind of understand it now. Okay, once you've got the rough movement passing in your head, then you get a heavier kettlebell and suddenly you try to do it like that. Okay, that happens. And that's where you go, right, okay, now I need to be powerful. Okay, now I need to see what you mean. Harder I snap my hips forwards,
Activity completed.
the harder I drive my feet into the ground, the more power I've got going up. You shouldn't feel, that arm will be pulling, but you shouldn't feel like that arm's doing much work at all. Okay, you're gonna get tired, of course you are. You're gonna get a tired shoulder, etc., trying to stabilize you up there. Very complicated movement pattern. That is the one that we've been building up to. That's why we've spent so long building up to it. Okay, we started with a double-handed kettlebell swing, okay, to teach you that hip hinge movement, to teach you how to keep that spine nice and neutral and braced as we work through that hip hinge, teaching you how to fire up these big powerful muscles as opposed to using the little small ones to lift it up and tire yourself out. Then we went on to a single arm swing, because what that's going to do is teach you even more power, because you're going to need more power to get it up with one arm. It's going to develop core strength and coordination. Then we taught you the high pull, okay, because like I said, that high pull is just a snatch without the punch. So I'm pulling and punching, but because it happens so fast and because it's so powerful, you don't really get to see that part, do you? Watch. It happens fast, it happens explosive, it happens powerful, but that's all it is. It's a kettlebell swing back and a kettlebell swing forward. I'm just ripping this thing up, okay? And there's not much going on up here other than that shoulder stabilizing it. So of course you'll feel the shoulder getting tired. That is us, okay? I would urge you to start practicing them in your own time, little and often. It's a complicated movement pattern, so don't beat yourself up if it's not feeling great. I remember when I first started it, okay, and I remember how sore it was. I was that eager to do it, but it was like, it was bad. You're gonna get that. Give your forearms a chance to rest, or get some of those sweatbands that you see folk wearing, okay? You wouldn't see me wearing them, but if you're into them, wear them, okay? And that might just give you that little bit of padding. Key point is, you'll get better with practice. I can't teach you how to do it properly. You'll start to understand with practice, because like I say, the biggest thing people will do is they'll grip it too tight, forget about it, boom, okay, and that'll keep happening. It's normal, okay? But after time, okay, you don't even see any bang. It's almost like, I don't know, here we go. A plane flying through the sky and another plane coming down and just landing on top of it as they're moving. It's the same kind of thing, okay? I'm punching up through it, and as that kettlebell is still rotating, my arm is coming up, but it glides through it. That takes practice, okay? I can't teach you that. You have to teach that yourself. Thank you very much, and keep practicing. I can't urge you enough. If you turn up and you don't know how to do a kettlebell, if you don't know how to do a Turkish get-up, there is the video there. Get it searched for and get it done. If you don't know how to do the snatch, practice it, because we're going to start doing these exercises more regular. They're going to take our kettlebell classes to another level. Okay, so don't think to yourself, right, I'm crap. I'm going to wait 2 weeks until the next Tabata Tuesday, okay, before I get better at them. Just have your kettlebell to hand. Okay, maybe after a normal session when you're warm and you're flowing and you feel pretty warmed up, just grab it, practice it a few times. Don't do it cold, because that would be silly. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good night, and I hope you learned something from that. Remember, it's recorded, so if you want a bit more practice, I'll put it on.